What's going on, people? I am here. You are here. We're all here. What's going on, people? I am here. You are here. We're all here for this review lesson of equations, two-step equations, because according to the paper that the paper that you have in front of you is this. It says that we covered one-step equations when solving for B, so we won't spend too much time there. Here are some common tips and misconceptions of equations. So the first misconception is that 0 is not a number. Okay, so when you solve an equation and you get your answer to be 0, that is your answer. For instance, with this two-step equation, we would subtract 4 from both sides. Then that cancels out, and we end up getting 2x is equal to 0. And then we divide both by 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. And this makes sense because before I get over here, I'll just show you in general, when I substitute 0 back into the equation, 2 times 0 is 0. 4 is then equal to 4. We know that's the solution. Whatever I write, you write. That's the thing. So if you're watching in Miss SR's class, or if you're watching Miss Henderson's class, whatever I write, you write. Okay? So the other misconception is that people feel like if you get a fraction, you're wrong. I've been telling my students all year long that a fraction is a number. It's a number, y'all. Y'all, it's a number. Okay, so when I do 3x plus 4 is equal to 2, this two-step equation, I subtract 4 from both sides. I end up with, they cancel out. I guess I should come over here and cancel that too. And I get 3x is equal to negative 2 because 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Divide both sides by 3. And I get x is equal to negative 2 over 3. This is the solution. It's a number. You can get a fraction. This will not happen often, but it can happen. It can happen, y'all. Okay, and if you don't think you're right, you're going to be using calculator galore on these problems. So you substitute it back in and see if it's true. If you feel you are incorrect, check your answer. So 3 times negative 2/3 plus 4 is equal to 2. So this is saying if x is equal to negative 2/3, this problem is saying 3 times a number plus 4 gives you 2. So it's really saying, what is that number? We're saying that number is a negative 2/3. So 3 times negative 2/3 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So we know that the number is negative 2/3. Yes, this is a fraction. Yes, it's negative, but it's the correct answer. It's the only number that will make this statement. An equation is a statement. It also asks a question when we have a variable, because a variable is an unknown. And you want to know something, you ask a question. All right, great. Let's get to some problems. This is the review. Two-step equation. So we draw a balance line. The balance line says what you do to one side, you do to the other, because we're saying this side is equal to this side. So if you subtract 4 over here, it's negative x minus 4 is equal to 12. So this is basically saying 4 was subtracted from the opposite of x to get 12. What is this number? So we add 4 to both sides. Add 4 to both sides, okay? This cancels out and we end up with negative x is equal to 16. I teach my kids, math competent people know that the coefficient, the number in front of this variable is a 1. So we divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, x is equal to negative 16. What we're going to do, we're not requiring this all the time, but we're going to do it today to show you the power of the check. So if we're saying that x is equal to negative 16, when I put negative 16 back in the problem, it should give me 12. So the opposite of x, which is negative 16, minus 4 is equal to 12. Let's make sure that's right. The opposite of negative 16 is 16. 16 minus 4 is 12. 16 minus 4 gives me 12. 12 is therefore equal to 12. This is the solution to this equation. That is the reason why we know we're right. Okay, so let's do another one. Negative 2x plus 2 is equal to negative 5. Again, this says, I forgot to say this, touch the variable last. Touch the variable last. So don't come over here and tell me, let's divide everything by negative 2. It's going to make life harder. Okay, so subtract 2 from both sides. Subtract 2 from both sides. We get negative 2x is equal to negative 7, right? Because negative 5 minus 2. Start off negative. Another negative family member join together. When we combine them, we get a larger negative number. All right, divide both by -2, divide both by -2. Well, will you look at here? Are you telling me I got a fraction? Mr. O'Neill, did you get a fraction? Mr. O'Neill, you got a fraction? Well, I don't know if I'm right. I think I did something wrong. Well, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to check to see if I'm right. So, -2 times 7 over 2 plus 2, is that equal to -5? Well, let's see. All right, so we're going to put this over 1, and we can cross reduce. Okay, so 2 goes into 2. 1 times a -1, so that's going to be -1 times 7, so that gives me -7 plus 2. Is that equal to -5? Well, -7 plus 2 is -5. Yes, it's equal to -5. Therefore, the fraction of 7/2 is correct. It is right. It's right. All right, let's come over here. Touch the variable last. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. Subtract 10 from both sides. I get a -x over 6 is equal to 9. All right, so this is the opposite of x over 6 is equal to 9. So to get this negative away, we're not just going to multiply by 6. We're going to multiply both sides by -6. And so that gets the negative away, because negative times a negative is a positive. That's why I end up with a positive x. So I get x is equal to -54. Remember, the purpose of these problems is to solve for the variable. And the way we get the variable alone, we do the opposite. Okay? So y'all see this right here? If I put this over 1, this is just the reduction, or the cross reducing method. That's what I really wanted to say. The cross reducing method that I did right here. That's why they cancel, because I'm basically saying 6 into 6 goes 1 time. Okay, and then -1 times -1 is a positive x. That is why they cancel. It's just cross reducing. All right, now we're going to check. So we're saying the opposite. Y'all see that negative sign already there? It's already there. Of -54. Because some of y'all have put 54 there and didn't get it wrong. Plus 10 is equal to 19. I forgot over 6. All right, so these are double negatives. My class know that these are the twins. Got the twinning. So we make them Siamese by joining them together. So I'm really saying 54 divided by 6, which is 9, plus 10. Is that equal to 19? Are they equal? Yes, they are, because 9 plus 10 is 19. I am correct. Okay? All right, last one. So we have 3x minus 10 is equal to -10. So what we do to both sides, we add 10. We add 10. They cancel. Got to cancel over here and over here. All right, so we get 3x is equal to -10 plus 10 is 0. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then 3 divide by 3 to both sides, and we get 0 divided by 3. X is equal to 0. You're telling me x can be 0? Yes, x can be 0, because watch this magic. 3 times 0 minus 10 is equal to -10. Is 3 times 0 minus 10 -10? Well, 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 10, is that equal to -10? Well, 0 minus 10 is -10. -10 is equal to -10. Yes, so I got 0. I got a fraction, but I got the right answer. I got 0. I got a fraction, but I got the right answer. That's a new jam. Get on my level. All right, so these next problems you're doing by yourself. You hear me what I say? Old people say, you hear me what I say? You're doing these by yourself. And yes, you are. You see this word right here? You see that? You see that right there? Yeah, you're going to check. Yes, you are going to check. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. And then you won't have to check anymore in the future. Okay, so these will be online somewhere, post it. You're doing them by yourself. Integrity, have integrity. Make sure you know what you're doing, and then go online and check them. If they're not right, then correct them. All right, combined like terms and distributed property. We've done this, you did this last year, but we're just going to remind ourselves. We combine like terms. Things that are alike, they combine. And so that's what we're going to do, combine the things that are alike. So we start off with variables first. And so N, math competent people know what's right here? A 1. Because how many N's do we have? 1. 1n minus 5n gives me negative 4n. And then a positive 4 minus 9 gives me a negative 5. Okay, is there anything to solve? No. You know why? Because we're missing an equal sign. I knew somebody knew. Thank you so much. All right, so I don't know. I think Miss Peterson, somebody says, what are the flowers or what are the plants or whatever? Distribute means that if I distribute a sheet of paper, that means I give, I share, I pass out. So I'm going to hand out the 7 to the 1 and pass out the 7 or share the 7 with the negative 3m through the operation of multiplication. So I get negative 4, and then 7 times 1 is positive 7. 7 times negative 3m is negative 21m. And now I combine like terms, starting with my variable first. There's nothing to combine with you. So I get negative 21m and then negative 4 plus 7. Really, I'm saying 7 minus 4, which is 3. That's my answer. Let me box or circle my answer. Let me get a little ugly up in here. No, I mean, I'm saying. All right. Okay, distribute the negative, y'all. These negatives. Distribute the negative 5, y'all. Oh my gosh, these negatives, boy. But y'all will have calculators soon, So 10, a negative 5 times a positive 9m gives me a negative 45n. A negative 5 times a negative 9 gives me a positive 45. Starting with my variables first, there's nothing to combine with you. We'll leave with you first. And then 10 plus, look at the sign in front of the number. 10 plus 45 is 55. And we be's done with that one anyway. All right, last one. And this is all under 15 minutes. Look at this timer. It's just 11:53. All right, distribute. And so we get negative 10. And then negative times a negative is a positive 90x. Distribute. We get plus, because a positive times a positive is a positive, 6x. And then a positive times a negative is a negative. All right, so 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. Combine your variables first. 90 and 6x makes 90x. Negative 10 and negative 60. You will not write negative 50. You will not make that mistake with your life. 10 in the hole. And I end up with 60 more in the hole. I am 70 in the hole. Negative 70. There's nothing to combine here. Nothing to combine. I am done. 90x minus 70. Well, I appreciate you watching my video. Hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully this made you smile. This is my signature, I guess my signature exit. It's been great. This has been another Beast Mode Productions. You like that voice, Beast Mode. And I'll see you next time. Learning math with Mr. O'Neill. Have a great life. Happy New Year. Yeah.